Now we have our final friend, Shane Walsh, is here. We're leaving California with our guests and going all the way to North Carolina. Founder at WealthTradie, wealthtradie.com, and it's utilizing home equity invoice agreements to banks, lenders, real estate investors, and contractors. Shane, welcome, my friend, and thank you for joining us. And my fat fingers out of the way, and there we go. Shane Walsh traveling around and making his life and all of his travels relevant.
Hey,
What's up,
Dr. Meltzer,
Shane?
how are you?
I am doing fabulous, man, and I am so proud of you because you are a great example of someone that knows things don't, they happen very slowly, then all of a sudden. And you've been at this enlightening business, trying to educate the market on a better way to do business with these home equity invoice agreements. They're much more fair, they're much more profitable, they are much more secure, and everything. Uh, in your own Jerry Maguire mission statement uh, is teaching and elevating awareness to how the real game should be played. And you have offered the real game itself to help other people by applying the Six Sigma principles to streamlining an industry that has been disconnected, incongruent for so long. Give me an idea of what the wealth trading system is in home equity invoice
Yeah, I
agreements.
appreciate that. So, home equity invoice agreement on the basic level allows contractors and even real estate investors to invoice for equity instead of cash. So, contractors can take their cash invoices now and convert them into equity stakes in properties instead of just getting paid just ordinary cash. So now they can actually purchase real estate through just their ordinary work, which is merging the construction industry into the actual real estate industry. And then for all the real estate investors that are already in the industry, it allows them to simplify their traditional methods of adding value to properties to capitalize on. Now they can just invoice for that equity or that value that they're adding to properties instead of having to acquire the property to then add value to then resell.
And how open are the sellers of property who are giving away equity instead of cash? Uh, Sometimes I feel as if cash is the interference between success, that a lot of people don't succeed because they don't have the cash and they would be happy to share in the profits. But even more importantly, the work that's done is better when somebody owns part of it. They're going to do better work.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we look to do is to align those contractors into the homeowners to align the incentives so that they're actually investors on those properties with those homeowners. Traditionally, all the homeowners that get HELOCs or any kind of secondary mortgage to do any kind of construction or specifically add value to their property are already doing it. They're just giving that equity to banks and lenders instead of the direct workers, the contractors. And that's what this tool allows. It allows you to give the equity to the contractors instead of the banks to get cash out to then pay the contractors, which are taxed each transaction that happens at.
Yeah, there's so many efficiencies as well as the incentives that are available for a contractor. Now, one of the things that I thought about as I studied the wealth trading system and in a huge supporter of it, and I know my friends are all my famous real estate development people,
Appreciate
they love the
it.
system, but they all are asking about the contractors themselves. How do we elevate the awareness so that contractors can offer this to to the
So
sellers or
that's some
investors?
additional value WealthTradie has provided the market. We provide all the marketing concept. I've spent the last 6, 7 months building out different content for contractors to use and investors to help contractors be aware, hey, this is available to use. But for contractors to position it to homeowners or investors saying, hey, like I can now provide in-house flexible payment options without having a bank or lender get involved and run credit and do all this middleman project management and kind of be mommy and daddy on the project. Now the contractor or homeowner can stay in control of everything. And that's what we do. We give the keys to the homeowner to be able to utilize their equity on their own.
I love it. Now, what am I missing? This seems to be too good to be true. And why haven't we seen faster traction with WealthTradie in your system? Because I cannot poke a hole into it. And I was wondering, where's the resistance? What can we do to help? How can we facilitate more of these type of
Yeah,
transactions?
unfortunately, it's one of those. It's a big enough disruptor as much as a biased statement that is. I'm seeing it's just kind of people are just not used to it. They haven't seen it before. So it's just breaking that barrier of showing and articulating, hey, all this is a standardized joint venture, and that's all we're looking to do is standardizing joint ventures within the real estate space through different proprietary contracts and structure systems, so that it's safe and secured on all levels and all parties, contractor all the way up to lender. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're providing that value to contractors and homeowners, saying, "Hey, this is all out here." But it's just taking that step forward, and that's why we have liaisons, traditional fix and flippers, to step in the middle and provide that value of holding the hand for the contractor for the first 2 or 3 projects until they get used to this type of invoicing, to where they can just do it on their own.
And the last component, which I would think somehow has to be standardized, or is it just a matter of negotiation, as in the cash payment process, which is estimating? There seems to be now a duality evaluation because of the equity component needs evaluation as well as the work component needs evaluation. Are there any standardized tools or things that they can utilize or formulas to utilize in order to effectuate this type of transaction versus a cash
Yeah, great
transaction?
question. That's the value our liaisons step in the middle, our real estate fix and flippers, anyone that's normally in the space. They're able to provide the current state license recommended people that can help out the homeowners and contractors to do those values. So if a homeowner and a contractor can't agree on a home's value for after whenever added value is getting done to it, they go all the way up to a realtor's CMA, or all the way up to the actual licensed appraiser, and take that value. And then for the contractors, renovations and stuff, the material and labor they have to disclose on the home and equity invoice agreement. So that's a finite number they have to put in there. The rest of it, their business profit and whatever they want to charge for the financing of that, or the project property. As in a fix and flipper or a real estate investor at that point, that's all up to their negotiations. And it depends on what the homeowner and contractor actually want to split on the actual property, the real estate side, instead of just the contractor cash side. So the cash side, they still have to value the material and labor aspect. But on all of the real estate side for the contractor, he's in the real estate space now. So it's all based on the project and the leverage that he can actually use to actually build real estate wealth instead of just relying on that ordinary cash, finite cash.
Yeah, take a stake in what you do, give incentives to people who are doing the work. So many great aspects to WealthTradie and WealthTradie.com, at WealthTradie. The incredible Shane Walsh, I see him everywhere I go, preaching and teaching how best to do business in the real estate market, applying Six Sigma principles to streamline an industry that's antiquated. Read The Real Game Made Simple. He has his own Jerry Maguire mission statement in there of how the game should be played. Shane Walsh, I cannot wait to our next conversation. Be and enjoy the consistent everyday, persistent without quit pursuit of your potential. Things will happen all of a sudden.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Doug.
joining
I
me.
appreciate it.
You got it, man. Incredible Shane Walsh, Wealth Trading. All right, everyone. That'll do it for More Good News Wednesday. More good news from me and more good